Hey guys, here's a little prequel. I've already shot the video, but I wanted to say something because I always forget to say it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me a whole lot, especially if you just like the video. If you leave a comment, man, that really boosts the video. It just lets people know that people are watching and YouTube wants to send it out. So I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe, comment. Thanks everybody for helping me out. See you on the next one. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you back. I'm glad I didn't make you guys wait forever this time. We're here with the Planet tank. You know, this is an important time of the year. This tank is actually 1 year old today. You know, it's had its ups and downs, but I gotta tell you, man, I'm really happy with the progress this tank has made. You know, we went through that big chaotic time last year, about June. That's when we had a little bit of a die-off, and I determined what it was. It had to do with the sand cap that, to tell you the truth, I still never added. I never wanted to take everything out and deal with the hassle of doing that. So I just kind of like, you know, let's let it ride. Let's see what happens. And it's been doing great. Ever since the last video, we've added some tetras, some red ember tetras. We added a Boesemani rainbow. And we added a couple plecos. Or we actually added one pleco. I added a red pleco. Ruby red, I believe it's called. You'll see it. I'll show you some footage if I can get it. But to tell you the truth, it doesn't like to come out. It likes to hide, and that's what's cool about it. You know, I really enjoy the mystery in this tank because, like, you see stuff one day and then you don't see it for a while. You know, I remember in the beginning, I had a lot of snails in there, so I said I'm gonna put some assassin snails in there, and you know, you'd see them, and then for a little while you wouldn't see them, and then. It's just neat. It's neat having all these hiding places. I really like the way this tank is coming out. I'm happy with it. I made sure I did a water change today. We cleaned it up a little bit. I filmed all of that. I want to show you. But the main thing I want to talk about when it comes to this tank and all my tanks, I've noticed a trend that I was doing with all my videos, or some recent videos, and there was just a lot of I don't want to say negativity, but it focused on negativity. You know, this tank disaster, this went wrong, this is bad. And I think if you're a new fish tuber or a new fish keeper, it would kind of put you off, and it might scare you and make you think that, you know, like, hey, this is a scary hobby to get into, especially when you think about the cost of all these fish, cost of supplies, and if things go wrong, that you fall behind. But I really believe that you got to be positive about the things that you do. You gotta take a lot of positive outlook and think about anytime something goes wrong, that's just an opportunity to grow. You know, it's an opportunity to learn. You figure out what went wrong. Why did we have a tank die off? What can we do better the next time? And I think that's this is an excellent opportunity to talk about that, you know. My wife, she's big on, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's called The Secret. But it's basically just positive thinking. If you get positive thoughts, positive things will come to you. And I don't think there's too much wrong with that. Like, I think some of it's true. I think the more positivity you put out, the more good stuff that's going to come to you. I think you have to make sure you learn from your mistakes. I think you got to understand sometimes things go wrong, but you can't live worrying about everything that's going to go wrong. You know, I've had the heater overheat. I can't be worried about that every time I go to work. I gotta be okay with it. It's gotta be something that's like, okay, I've done everything I could to do right. I know what I gotta do in the future. We're gonna get there, and we're gonna just see what happens. So that's what's going on with this tank. You know, are there things that I know that could be a ticking time bomb? Not having a sand cap, yeah. But in the meantime, it's really pretty. You know, it gives a lot of people joy when they walk in here. They get to see how peaceful and how pretty this tank looks. They love to see the plants. The green really pops out at them. I still love at nighttime. This has like a moonlight feature, and it kind of shimmers in the house, and it makes a really cool color when all the lights are off. I really like it. I like the way this tank is going. That leads me to something that I got to talk about. It's actually the toolbox tank. So the toolbox tank was in the back. It was kind of like an extra area to have a tank. My wife was kind of getting tired of me having so many tanks in the bedroom, tanks in the living room, tanks in the kitchen, and yeah, so she was like, hey, we gotta address this situation. So I had a toolbox tank. I had a tank on my toolbox in the back room, and I really liked it. But something I learned is if you're not going to be in the area all the time, it's really hard not to neglect that tank. So I think fish tanks are best if you have like a man cave and you're going to be in your man cave a lot. I think that's awesome. If you put them in your living room or a room where you're going to be spending a lot of time in, I think that's an excellent way to take care of them. I don't think it's good to have them in a room like that you'll never go in. Like I hear some people putting them in their shed or their garage, and they just don't go in the garage or the shed that often, and then it leads to like the tanks being dirty. It's hard to clean them. Here in my living room, it's easy to get at. So the toolbox tank was in the back, and it was one of my favorite tanks. It was very pretty to look at. I liked having the plants. I liked seeing the growth in it. But in all honesty, I mean, it was in the back room, and I don't go back there that often. You know, naturally, I don't go back there that often. So I kind of wanted to have less tanks, have less water changes, less hassle. So I incorporated some of the plants over here. One of them that did really good is this Lagandra mobili. That's the one that in the very first video of me and my son we planted. Forgive me if I didn't say the name of the plant right, but it's kind of interesting. We planted it. It took off really good. You can see it's taking off. I can see that the snails, I believe it's the snails, are having a field day with it, and they're eating. But you know what? It's gonna happen. You know, I got snails in this tank, and that's the way it's gonna be. I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me that much. It's kind of like how it is outside. You know, this isn't for competition. All these little inconsistencies that a lot of people might panic over and say like, oh man, I don't like that, you know, something, you know, it looks not right. That's because we look at it closely. The average person that comes in here, they're not going to be that close into it. They don't know what it's supposed to look like, you know. It looks great, and I'm really happy with it. I'm a fan of how this tank looks. But yeah, guys, I just want you guys to start focusing more on the positivity. You know, I wasn't bummed when we got rid of the toolbox tank. It was like, hey, this is an opportunity to bring those fish over here. Unfortunately, Dumbo, who was in that tank, he was my beta. He got, I think it was like a fin rot kind of thing. Like his fins started to fade away. And yeah, he didn't make it. I don't know. I think it has to do with the water clarity and definitely it being in the back. I didn't clean the tank enough, but I don't know if that's why he got that disease. But I mean, come on, these are glass boxes with water in them, and they're swimming in their own poop. It's only a matter of time before something happens. But yeah, the fish that have made it are beautiful. They're doing great. That makes 2 of the tanks that I showed you now. There's 1 tank left. It's in the kitchen, and it has our Oscar in it. You're gonna like it. It's an awesome tank. It's a brand new tank. You haven't seen it yet. I look forward to showing you that in the next video. Thank you guys. Stay positive. You know, don't focus on any of the negativity. Focus on the things that are going great for you and how you can make more things go great for you. All right, guys. Take care.